Turk says Cash Money lost the Versus battle according to Hip Hop Vibe. This after Birdman dissed him on the Versus stage. Now,
but I'm gonna keep it all the way real though. I think No Limit told something without turning Wayne, yeah.
Now, some people might say he said this because of the Birdman diss, but he's not the only one that's saying this. But at the same time, he's Cash Money, so what are we doing here? That just let you know he don't take too kindly to the diss Birdman did at the end of the Versus battle. Hello everyone, this is Liz keeping up with the biz of Birdman and Hot Boy Turk. This video's for entertainment and informational purposes only, and everything is alleged. Allegedly. Turk was all cool, calm, and enjoying the Versus battle somewhere in a club before Birdman went off on him at the Versus battle. It was like Birdman knew he, Turk, was watching and was like, let me go in on this ninja to let him know and the millions of people watching Versus that me and this ninja don't see eye to eye. Now Birdman knew he was wrong for that. Disrespecting this man by calling him a B and on a major platform when he knew millions of people would be tuned in. The crazy thing about is, he was up there disrespecting Turk. But Birdman is that same ninja that told Charlemagne in an interview to put some respect on his name.
Get off your chest, Birdman.
I said it already. I ain't got to talk no more.
So what's the issue?
No sugar. Ain't no issue. If it was an issue, you'll feel me. I just come to let y'all know, stop, put some respect on my name.
So hypocritical. You want the respect, but you don't want to give it? I understand you two are going through some things right now, but did you have to bring it to the Versus stage? So ghetto. You know you showed your behind, right? Out in Vegas, acting like a had Tamar up on the stage flirting with you? Allegedly? They do say that you can take the man out of the hood, but you can never take the hood out of the boy. The hood definitely came out of Birdman on that Versus stage, and Turk say that's why you lost, because he was not on that stage. You could not play a lot of the lines from the hit songs because Turk was not there. And according to Turk, which I did not know this, he is on all the hit songs by Cash Money in some form or fashion. But you couldn't put some respect on Turk's name, a man you have known since the beginning of Cash Money. So sad. So Turk was not invited to the Versus battle with Cash Money, and now he is saying Cash Money lost because they didn't have him on that stage. However, others are saying that Cash Money, although they have the hits, were disorganized, and Birdman, when he dissed Turk, that put the icing on the cake, solidifying their loss. This showed how divided their camp was. Which two things can be true at the same time. They could have lost because of Turk not showing up, and/or Cash Money could have lost simply because they did not come across as polished as No Limit. No Limit was in it to win it, with coordinating camouflaged outfits and putting on an organized, polished performance. No Limit did not come to play. No Limit no-shows were C Murder and Mystical, who are both behind bars. Otherwise, they probably would have been at the battle. Another no-show for Cash Money was Lil Wayne, which makes people wonder if there are issues between Lil Wayne and Birdman. My goodness, who does Birdman not have issue with? As far as I know, he only potentially has issues with Lil Wayne, Charlemagne, and Turk. These are just people we know about. He may have issue with his wife Toni after her sister Tamar was up there on the stage wiping the sweat off Birdman's bald head. Cash Money has the mainstream hits, but did not seem to be as focused and cohesive as No Limit. This is evident by Birdman going off script, as Manny Fresh asked him not to do at the end of the Versus battle, when he chose to go in on Turk. In the words of Nene, you can't win when you're playing dirty. Although Turk, in my opinion, is not as well known as Juvenile and Manny Fresh, who were there at the battle, Birdman took aim at him to let the world know he has beef with this man, which gave Turk full and free promotion, as Kia from Queen's Court would say. Because if people didn't know why he was such a big deal, that Birdman felt the need to come at him at the end of the Versus challenge, they were sure to search him on the net and see his latest projects. People wonder why Birdman, the co-founder of Cash Money, being as successful as he is, has so much malice for Turk. Birdman waited until the end of the battle to call out Turk. This is what Birdman had to say about Turk. Not him saying shout out to Turk and then call the man a Lil B, talking about they F with Turk when they want to F with him. Why is he trying to sun Turk in front of millions of people is the question. Just disrespectful. It is obvious Birdman has issues with Turk, but this was not the right place nor time to air this out. Seems like someone wanted a moment. He went on to say Cash Money will never die as long as he is alive. Cash Money will never die. He shouted out NBA Youngboy. Although Youngboy is not signed to his label as far as we know, seems like he's indicating he wants Youngboy to carry on the Cash Money legacy. Turk had something to say. Seems like he was keeping it cute at first because he was probably shocked, and then he thought about it, was like, nah, I can't let it go down like that. Let's check out what he had to say.
I ain't doing no tripping. Bro. You hear me? And I want to straighten something up. Birdman. I understand our language, you feel me? But I got to say this. You can't with me when you want it with me. We don't get that overstood, you feel me? I ain't lying, No Limit together. No Limit kind of like reminded me of like when they come through Teen Summit or come through like on their tours back in the days with their camouflage on. Like they you could tell they went in the zone for the fans. Like
you can tell he was shocked by his reaction when he was watching the Verzuz battle. He was shocked for Birdman to be addressing him like that in front of millions. Although they had a fallout and he is not on tour for the Cash Money reunion tour. You can tell he did not expect Birdman to go off on him like that and so publicly. Although Birdman was attempting to shade the man, he was giving him free publicity. I'm sure many people were not thinking about Turk and probably didn't know who Turk is. I mean, hardcore fans pay attention, but people, for the most part, was probably wondering who Hot Boy Turk is. And after the Birdman diss, everybody probably looking up his music and see the Jesus track and other songs he has and probably giving him some streaming. You know, people are familiar with the artists Juvenile and Lil Wayne. Seems like they were the main two making hits when Cash Money first started out. We all know this, and now we know that Turk was there too. I'm not gonna lie, I was thinking, who is Turk? And had to look him up. He schooled us all and let us know he was on all the hits when Cash Money first started up. So now, people are like, put some respect on this man's name. According to Turk, he was on all the hits. He wrote on all the hits. He goes on to perform one of them. Since this man is on a lot of the hits, he definitely should have taken the stage in this Verzuz battle. Heck, they had everybody and they mama on that Verzuz stage. They know they should have had Turk there. Instead of Tamar being on the stage allegedly flirting with Birdman, wiping the sweat off his head, he should have had Turk on that stage. But apparently there is a reason he did not take the stage. Apparently, Birdman didn't invite Turk to the Verzuz battle due to animosity that stems from a lawsuit Turk has filed. Allegedly. This, according to Turk, may be the issue.
I want people to know that Cash Money is not who I'm suing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people saying Cash Money kicked me off the tour. Cash Money didn't book me for this tour. You feel me? I was booked to be a part of the Cash Money 30th anniversary tour by Dope Shows, and my booking agent was ABA, Artist by Artist Agency. You know what I'm saying? Who is Andrew Ellington and Steve Piner for Dope Shows, and the dude named Jamil for Dope Shows. So, man, you know, like, bro, I try to do everything amicably as I could to dispute and fix these disputes. You know what I'm saying? But I want to be on the tour.
Did you consult with Birdman on the situation?
Nah, I didn't. Ain't nobody contacted me. You know what I'm saying? Nobody contacted me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Which I thought was strange. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, they know it wasn't no threat. You feel me? Like, I mean, we was doing shows together,
Although he is not suing Cash Money, he is suing promoters. But Birdman don't care, obviously. In my opinion, this is the reason, and Turk agrees. See for yourself. An article in TMZ talks about Turk's lawsuit. Turk is maintaining he has no personal animosity toward his former bandmates, including BG. Turk's lawsuit reveals complex dynamics affecting the legendary group's current relationships. The legal dispute centers on alleged contract violations by tour promoters, Dope Shows Inc., and Artists by Artists Agency LLC. According to court documents, Turk successfully completed several performances before promoters admitted financial shortfalls that prevented them from meeting their contractual obligations. When faced with reduced compensation offers, Turk stood firm on the original agreement, leading to his immediate dismissal from the tour. This action appears to violate multiple contractual provisions, as the agreement specifically required written notification and a 5-day cure period for any breaches, whether related to revenue changes or security concerns. The situation becomes more nuanced when examining the tour's performance. While Turk acknowledges the shows weren't selling out, he emphasizes a crucial point in the contract. His guaranteed payment wasn't contingent on ticket sales. This detail underscores the promoter's obligation to ensure sufficient funding before making commitments, regardless of actual attendance figures. The abrupt removal from the tour, without proper notification or opportunity for resolution, forms a central pillar of Turk's legal argument. Looking deeper into the Hot Boys' current dynamic, troubling patterns emerge. Despite their historic success in selling millions of records and shaping hip-hop culture, the group's unity appears to be fracturing. Turk reveals that none of his Cash Money label mates reached out during his battle with tour promoters, suggesting a breakdown in the collective support system that once defined the label. This isolation became even more apparent when Turk couldn't secure features from any former group mates for his August release, Joseph. The recent Cash Money versus No Limit Versus battle at Complex Con Las Vegas has reignited old tensions within the Cash Money camp, particularly between Birdman and former Hot Boys member Turk. What should have been a celebration of Southern rap history instead became a showcase of lingering disputes and fractured relationships that have plagued the label for decades. During the October 25th event's finale, Birdman took the microphone to acknowledge key figures in Cash Money's success, starting positively by mentioning how he met BG, Wayne, Juvenile, and Turk. Right after he said Turk, then it all went south. He was talking about how he met these people, including Turk, then seemed like he got triggered after saying Turk's name and went in on the man. And so this tribute took an unexpected turn when he referred to Turk dismissively as a little B. This comment, made in front of the Complex Con crowd and witnessed by No Limit's Mia X, who appeared visibly stunned, immediately sparked controversy and online backlash, transforming what should have been a victory lap into a public embarrassment. Turk's response came swiftly and strategically. In a 54-second TikTok clip, he was seen watching the Verzuz from a club, visibly disturbed by Birdman's comments. Later that night, during an Instagram live session, Turk delivered his memorable retort, "I'ma keep it all the way real though. No Limit tore them up without Wayne. Cash Money lost cause they needed Turk." His supporters flooded the live comments, agreeing with his assessment of the battle's outcome. The contrast between the two camps was stark throughout the event. No Limit presented a united front, with Master P and Mia X leading their team in coordinated camouflage outfits and displaying disciplined energy that defined their peak era. Meanwhile, Cash Money struggled with notable absences, including Lil Wayne, and appeared disjointed. Juvenile and BG attempted to maintain momentum, but the overall presentation lacked cohesion. As Turk observed, it wasn't even the song selection, it was the energy. The energy tells it all. If the energy ain't right, it's not gonna work. Turk also addressed his absence from the event, clarifying that his ongoing lawsuit against Cash Money's tour promoters and booking agencies, not the label itself, led to his exclusion. "My lawsuit ain't against Baby, not against Juvie or BG," he explained, adding, "But when that man said what he said tonight, I guess that's how they all feel. That's cool. Just give me my percentage. All of it." His words revealed years of frustration over unpaid royalties and missed opportunities for reunion. The incident has resonated deeply within the hip-hop community, with Turk's response generating thousands of reposts and memes across social media platforms. Industry veterans and fans alike have praised his composure and professionalism in handling the situation. The fallout from the event has highlighted the ongoing issues within Cash Money's legacy. While the label achieved mainstream success with numerous hits, the unresolved conflicts with former members like Turk underscore persistent disputes over recognition, respect, and financial compensation. Turk was like, "Run me my money." Lil Wayne be like, "Run me my money." Oh yeah, Lil Wayne done accused Birdman of owing him money in the past to the tune of $51 million. These tensions have prevented the label from presenting a unified front, as evidenced by their disorganized performance at the Verzuz battle, is what many are thinking. Revolt talks about Lil Wayne accusing Birdman of owing him $51 million back in 2017. They noted that last year, Lil Wayne filed a lawsuit against Universal Music Group, the parent company of Cash Money Records, claiming that it was withholding money owed to him for his Young Money signings Drake, Nicki Minaj, and Tyga. Weezy then sued Birdman for $51 million, citing an array of alleged financial mishandling, including failure to pay owed advance money and royalties stemmed from a 2012 deal, and the delay of his long-awaited album, The Cardi 5. According to Billboard, Lil Wayne was able to settle the lawsuit in 2018. He allegedly scored a huge win. Court documents filed by Wayne's attorney, Howard King, obtained by The Blast, claim that all sides in the lawsuit were willing to move forward and dismiss the suit. Sources also claimed that Wayne walked away with a settlement of well over $10 million. Media maven Karen Civil has since taken to Twitter to clear the air. A portion of the information released today is true. A settlement has been reached, but the dollar amount being disclosed is false, she wrote. Lil Wayne's PR team will send out a statement shortly with accurate updates. So a settlement was reached, and as in many other cases that are settled out of court, we don't know how much was paid out. We could only speculate. Turk's measured response has effectively reframed the narrative, suggesting that Cash Money's success story cannot be told without acknowledging all its contributors. His statement, "Don't mind me being by myself, just give me my percentage," reflects a man who spent decades fighting for recognition while watching his peers rebuild without him. Isn't this crazy? However, Juvenile wanted Turk to be a part of the reunion. However, in an interview, he said it was out of his hand.
Turk's not on the tour no more, right?
You know me, I'm one of those people that I try to make everything, you know, I was the one fighting to get him on the tour, right?
Yeah.
So I always try to make things right, you know what I'm saying? And this one of them situations where it was out of my control. I ain't have nothing, you know.
Yeah.
It wasn't on me. The power was that be. The people that's you know, booking us for the tours, they made a decision.
They were too far gone with advance money and ticket sales to be like, we ain't doing it unless Turk is made whole. That advance money is probably what got him. After Juvenile got that advance money in his hand, he was like, Turk, old boy, you on your own. Turk evidently did not get the same premium compensation packet because it is said that instead of coming out ahead, he would lose money by being on the tour. And who does that? Put in all that hard work to not make money. That would have just been crazy. None for free. Ain't nobody out here trying to work for free. The phrase, Cash Money lost cause they needed Turk, has become a rallying cry across social media, symbolizing the broader issues of loyalty and respect within the industry. The irony of the situation wasn't lost on observers. Birdman's attempt to diminish Turk's importance actually emphasized it.
Stunner, what you gotta say? Hey man, like, I ain't gonna even lie, bro. Like, when I met Blood,
you know, I was trying to do something different in the game. I started this young. I was a young man trying to get some money and not be in the streets. And I met BG, I met Wayne, I met Juvie, I met Turk. Shout out to Turk and look. Man, yeah, but f*** it, we gon' f*** you and we won't. you. You heard me? Of course. We gonna put that movie, but that's another movie. But ain't no, Cash Money.
But one, I ain't gonna say.
For longtime fans of Cash Money and the Hot Boys era, this incident serves as a reminder that the true measure of success lies not just in hit records, but in how artists treat those who helped build their empire. The Verzuz battle, intended to celebrate Southern rap history, instead became a defining chapter in the ongoing saga of Cash Money's unfinished business with its former artists. While maintaining he has no personal animosity toward his former bandmates, including BG, Turk's lawsuit reveals complex dynamics affecting the legendary group's current relationships. The legal dispute centers on alleged contract violations by tour promoters, Dope Shows Inc., and Artist by Artist Agency LLC. According to court documents, Turk successfully completed several performances before promoters admitted financial shortfalls that prevented them from meeting their contractual obligations. When faced with reduced compensation offers, Turk stood firm on the original agreement, leading to his immediate dismissal from the tour. This action appears to violate multiple contractual provisions, as the agreement specifically required written notification and a 5-day cure period for any breaches, whether related to revenue changes or security concerns. The situation becomes more nuanced when examining the tour's performance. While Turk acknowledges the shows weren't selling out, he emphasizes a crucial point in the contract. His guaranteed payment wasn't contingent on ticket sales. This detail underscores the promoter's obligation to ensure sufficient funding before making commitments, regardless of actual attendance figures. The abrupt removal from the tour, without proper notification or opportunity for resolution, forms a central pillar of Turk's legal argument. Looking deeper into the Hot Boys' current dynamic, troubling patterns emerge. Despite their historic success in selling millions of records and shaping hip-hop culture, the group's unity appears to be fracturing. Turk reveals that none of his Cash Money label mates reached out during his battle with tour promoters, suggesting a breakdown in the collective support system that once defined the label. This isolation became even more apparent when Turk couldn't secure features from any former group mates for his August release, Joseph. That's just crazy! You mean to tell me all these people are so loyal to Birdman that none would collab with Turk? I guess they say Birdman is what give them access to money, must own the masters of something. In the end, Turk did explain why he said No Limit won and that it was not a diss. He explained that his earlier comment naming No Limit as the night's winners wasn't an insult, but a reflection of the rival crew's unity. They put their differences to the side for the fans, Turk said. They was more organized, more grown about the situation. He also pointed out that several of the Cash Money songs performed that night included his verses. Verses that were skipped during the battle, ain't that something? They rather play the song and skip the man verses rather than invite him to the stage for this once-in-a-lifetime event? Cash Money need to do better. That's it for this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.